Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Pottsgrove School Board. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, thank you for the roll this evening. Everyone is here with the exception of Mrs. Grimm. We will have an executive session immediately following this meeting with regard to personnel. And we are moving forward to action item 3.1, Best Communities for Music Education. Dr. Finnerty.
Good evening. So once again, it is my pleasure to shine a light on our outstanding music department. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Tom Kelly of Zeswitz Music on behalf of the National Associations of Music Merchants to present a Best Communities for Music Education Award to Pottsgrove School District. This is Pottsgrove's 5th year receiving the award, and we were one of 700 districts across the country to receive it. So, Mr. Kelly, would you please join us up here at the podium?
There we go. Good evening, members of the board, and it's an honor to be here tonight to kind of give you a little insight as to what this particular award entails. I work with the staff here and have for over 32 years in the Pottsgrove School District. People have changed over that tenure. However, the excellence that they bring to the music program here, band, chorus, orchestra, and let's give a shout out to the general music teachers as well, because if they don't have a positive experience starting in kindergarten with I'm a Little Teapot, or learning to hit boom whackers together, or tune percussion instruments, they're never going to make it to the band, chorus, orchestra world. So they're undying effort to bring excellence here to the Pottsgrove School District. I see it firsthand. I work with them on a weekly basis. I'm the education representative from Zeswitz Music, but I'm also a representative here of the NAM Association, which is the National Associations of Music Merchants. 22 years ago, NAM decided to give school districts the opportunity to actually apply for the NAM Foundation's Best Communities for Music Education. Now, this is not a fill out the application and we just kind of brush over it and you get the award. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 14,000 school districts across the country. There are thousands that have applied. It's a 35, 36 page, Mrs. Hyde would attest to that, application that goes into great detail, the administrative support, the parental support, the performance opportunities that are allowed for the Pottsgrove School District students. All of that in a very, very detailed application process. It is not evaluated by the NAM Foundation. It's actually evaluated by the University of Kansas. It's an outside entity. So you do have to apply year after year. The changes in questions are there, so it's not just kind of resubmitting the same old, same old. Obviously, the dynamic and the environment does change from time to time, so do the questions. So being one of those 775 over the thousands that apply is truly, truly a testament to the support that you give these wonderful people that work on behalf of your constituents here in the Pottsgrove School District. So, 4th year in a row, but I know there's others that supersede you, sir. I think we might have missed a year in there with COVID or something like that, but
My note says this is our 5th year receiving the award.
Fair enough. I stand corrected. So, But it's an honor to be here tonight. I do have a placard that says, "We congratulate you, Pottsgrove School District, for outstanding support in music education, enriching the lives of children and advancing student achievement." Little known fact, I'm going to tell you now, that music makes you smarter. Anyone involved in the music program, anywhere, those PSSA scores, what's the other one? Keystones, PSSAs, all of it, they just score higher. It's a little known fact. So tout your wares, and you're creating wonderful individuals here in the Pottsgrove School District. So thank you for the opportunity to be here. Congratulations, Pottsgrove School District.
Well, members of the board, we have our entire music department here, so if they would join us in the circle here for a picture.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
I'm the communication specialist. Should we do five? Should we do a five for fun? Double five. It's all good. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, and again, congratulations. Next up, we have 3.2, Pottsgrove Middle School Nobel Prize Public Speaking Presentation.
So at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Felicia Gonzalez, our middle school principal, who is here to update the board on a Nobel Prize public speaking presentation completed by students in the 8th grade ELA honors in Miss Deb Frasca's class.
Oh, that was really loud. So everyone pretend like you're at an awards show right now. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed school board members, and honored guests, today we are gathered here to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our young scholar who has put his heart, mind, and voice into imagining himself as one of the most prestigious moments in human history, accepting the Nobel Peace Prize. It is my great privilege to introduce our next speaker, a student who has shown dedication, thoughtfulness, and passion throughout his studies of literature and history. Zachary Hebert has delved deeply into the lessons of the past, reflecting on the experiences of Holocaust survivors like Elie Wiesel and the themes explored in The Book Thief. Today, Zachary will stand before us and deliver a speech that envisions a future of hope, peace, and understanding, a future shaped by the lessons of history and the power of human resilience. Please join me in welcoming Zachary Hebert as he shares his Nobel Peace Prize Award.
Is this good? Good evening, school board, administrators, and members of the Pottsgrove community. I come here today to present you with my ELA mock Nobel speech. In my ELA class, we're studying Holocaust literature. We read The Book Thief by Marcus Suzak. We then studied the Nobel speech of Elie Wiesel, a Holocaust survivor. And this led me here, to be standing in front of you all. Take a listen. Thank you, guests of all ages, peers, family, kings and queens of the world. As you may know, my name is Zachary Hebert. I come from a small town known as Pottstown. My grandfather on my dad's side is an engineer. I call him Paw Paw. Paw Paw taught me a lot of things about building, designing, and structure. I got the business drive from my dad, which allowed me to secure investments for this revolutionary project of mine. As a child, Legos were one of my favorite hobbies, along with biking and yard work. From the age of 10, I was building Lego sets such as the Apollo Space Shuttle and the Bugatti Chiron. From this stemmed curiosity. I began building my own Lego sets, such as roller coasters or cars. When I was 12, I designed and built a 6-foot-long Lego camper. This taught me that perseverance is key and it's okay to change. Anybody here wish they had the powers of a superhero? What about Iron Man, the greatest of all time? What about him? Well, now you can. I spent 4 years of my life designing and building a real-life replica of the Iron Man suit. The innovative replica suit uses advanced AI software imitating Jarvis from the movie. It's powered by the world's first artificial black hole, which acts as a nuclear suction and sucks the energy out of particles in the air. The suit then harnesses this energy, and this allows it to fly and shoot lasers. The replica suit serves as an inspiration to children around the globe to be creative. Creativity is a valuable skill that most look over. Creativity is the key to creation, and with creation comes innovation. All of this combined creates progress. Progress not just as a human being, but as a society. As a society, we grow, we change, we adapt to blocks in our path. We do this because when we use our minds to create and imagine the possibilities, we come up with new ideas. My whole life, school taught me that creativity is irrelevant and that knowledge is better. And for the most part, I did listen. But in the 7th grade, I met somebody named Miss Frasca. She's an honors ELA teacher at Pottsgrove Middle School. She forced us to be creative, and it worked. I failed my first blog, but after I got used to her creative style of work, I got pretty good at them. My point is, creativity is easy to grow out of and hard to get back. Don't let it get blown out by stress, teachers, or friends. Hold it dearly. Protect it with your dignity, your sanity, your everything. Inspire others to stay creative. And as I stand here today, not just as a winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics, but as an inspiration to the next generation of creators, teachers of the world, let your students have fun. Burden them not with assignments, but with passion, courage, the drive to create, and never forget to stay creative.
So what do you think of that? It sounds like you enjoyed that project quite a bit.
It was pretty fun.
Okay. And you and your classmates came up with different visions of what the Nobel Prize might have. They might have won that for. Correct? Okay. What were some of the other some of your? I know I'm putting you on the spot here. Oh, sure. Yeah, come on up. So, do you recall some of the other ideas that some of your classmates had?
I mean, some people, I'd say the majority of people did stuff on medicine, curing cancer. Mm-hmm. One student did the development of magnet shocks for cars to reduce emissions.
Okay.
And another student did, it's hard to explain, wood that doesn't use trees.
Okay.
I guess I wasn't.
So what do you think the point was, and what do you think you learned from that activity?
Well, I definitely learned how to write a speech.
Okay, that's excellent. And
But-
deliver it very well, by the way. Yeah, yeah.
It's more so envisioning the future and what we want it to look like.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you so much for coming out. I really enjoyed it.
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. That was excellent, and we all know Iron Man is best. So, absolutely. Grew up reading comic books and going to all of those movies. Okay. We are moving on to public comment 4.1. This is with regard to any agenda item, 2 minutes of public comment. Is there anyone in the room who wishes to contribute public comment? Okay, anyone online? All right, we are going to move on to 5.1, the October Student Board Report. Students?
So we're gonna switch it up and go back and forth this time because we have very similar things. I'm gonna start by thanking Mr. Ansbach for putting our pep rally together so quickly. He's always on top of things, and we love him. The pep rally was really fun. Everything was really organized. The senior athletes, fall athletes, got recognized, and our cheerleaders performed. It allowed for students to come together for the first time and let everyone kind of feel like what Color Day was going to be like. We had 3 games: the cookie on the forehead, where you have to maneuver it down your face and eat it; the tissue game, where you basically take a box of tissues and rip them out as fast as you can; and we had musical chairs. And whoever won earned 5 Color Day points. The band got together and played many tunes, and the homecoming court was honored as well. Homecoming.
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just quick introduction. I'm Adam. I wasn't here at the last meeting that I could be here because I was in Ireland. But I just want to go over. So the week of September 30th through October 4th was our homecoming week. And we had spirit days, including Monday, pajama day; Tuesday, decade day, where you dress according to your decade; Wednesday, we had dynamic duo day. There were a lot of people matching, lots of teachers matching as well; Thursday, Grove gear; and Friday, pink out. And then our homecoming dance sold out in the first 3 days. So we had a lot of student engagement this past week, a lot of people getting into the nitty-gritty of everything going on, and I think that's really important to recognize. And then sorry guys. And then we also had our bonfire this week, which a lot of clubs made a lot of money. I know Diversity Council made roughly $400, and I actually guessed the amount of crickets in a jar for Spanish Club, and I got second place, and I got some lollipops, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, so a lot of clubs and a lot of club activity also underway. We're seeing the sprouting of a lot of people getting into clubs, like I said, student development and engagement, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then back to CC.
Student council had our first meeting with our new advisor, Ms. McCown, so we really appreciate you for coming to join us so quickly and for really making our bonfire go great. Our table was so cute, and we had henna this year, which was different. We offered henna tattoos. Clubs did really well. They had a lot of sign-ups as well. I know Avidum had a lot of new members this year, so that's really great. It was a smaller club last year, and it has grown to be a pretty big club here now. And sports had began having their senior nights, which is kindly, kind of sad. Senior girls soccer was tonight, and then on October 2nd was both volleyball and cross country for senior night. So that's what I have. Oh, our homecoming game. I don't know how I forgot. Although we lost, our team has came back this week and is beginning to work together as a team and come back for this week. Although we lost, we don't really take that as a lose-lose here. We always learn from that. We always say talent is under hard work, and you have to work hard before you can, boast about your talents. Although we lost, it was a really good game for us. We really did come together as a school. We honored Mrs. Cratchley, and yeah, it was a really good game for us. Cheer was fun, Win or lose, we still cheer, so yeah.
Okay, and then real quick, just because I'm the junior representative, I wanted to Shout out our new class officers that just recently got elected this month. Mason McClellan, who is our second-year president now. Lizzie Vischio, our new VP. Lauren Hauk, our second-year class secretary, and Arabella Castro, our treasurer. They will help us organize a great prom and win color day for the junior class. And I have a quote from Mason. As the previous class president, I have plenty of experience with setting up homecoming, as well as making around 100 color day t-shirts for the class last year. I can't wait to work with everyone this year to make the best prom and win color day. Along with our class advisor, Mr. Desiderio, go Juniors.
I'd also like to thank the sophomores that came early in the morning on the day of homecoming to help set it up. Decorations were cute. Love the balloon arches. Everyone really does come together for the events around here, and it's a lot of student-led things, which I think is really cool. And yeah, that's all I have. We good?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, and I want to do call attention and thank you guys. So in talking with Dr. Smith, it was the students that kind of came together with the idea of putting together, well, first bringing homecoming together with the homecoming game, and then coming together with a pep rally and putting in the work to make it happen. And all the reports were super positive. So I love it when students take the initiative and invest in making their school better and their experiences better. So thank you, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and to that point, when I talked with Mrs. Grimm today, she made a point to call. She was informing me that she wouldn't be able to make it tonight, but she said, will you please extend a shout out with regard to all of the homecoming activities and events? And so I have to do that too. It's just wonderful. And again, when you can kind of make it your own, that's the beauty of it all. So it sounds like it was a really fantastic week. And that's all because of the efforts that you all put in. So thank you for that. Any other questions for the students? No? Gonna move on. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I do have a question. No, that's okay. It's a future question. So, you'd mentioned about the homecoming tickets being sold out in 3 days, which makes me think there's probably a lot of students that wanted to go that weren't able to. Is there any discussion about trying to change? I don't know the dynamics of how it was set up, but to allow more students to, take over more rooms for the dance, to bring more students, make it available to more students.
Yeah, so I talked with Mr. Resowich and Mr. Desiderio about that. So we can't have homecoming in the gym because the gym teachers don't want us damaging the floor. It'll cause a lot of problems. So we're limited to the area of the cafeteria. Okay. And the capacity of the cafeteria is 250. And then we also had the 20-some German students coming in. Yeah. So we were already surplused in the amount of students that we could have in there. Yeah. It would be nice if we could have a different location. I've heard, I will be honest, I've heard a lot of complaints about the location being in the cafeteria. But it's just kind of what we have to do, as there's no better location in the school.
We make it our own.
Exactly.
Make it our own.
Any other questions? Okay, moving on to 6.1, report of the superintendent. Dr. Finnerty.
So on the agenda tonight is an action item to approve Pottsgrove as the host of the PMEA District 11 Choir Festival. At this time, I would like to invite our high school choir director, Miss Amy McMahon, and will you be accompanying her as well, Ms. Hyde? I can. Sure, come on up to the podium to update the board on the upcoming PMEA District 11 Choir Festival.
Is this on? Can you hear me? Okay, good evening. My name is Amy McMahon. I'm the choir director here at Pottsgrove High School. It's my second year up here. I did write stuff down because I'll forget. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read it. I am here tonight to present PMEA District 11 Choir to be hosted here at Pottsgrove School District. PMEA 11 District 11 Choir is a 3-day choral festival where Pottsgrove will host 160 audition students from across Bucks and Montgomery counties. Over those 3 days, students rehearse advanced and collegiate level music with a guest conductor. And at the very end, they culminate with a choir concert with all the families throughout the two counties. This year I asked Dr. Ryan Kelly, he's the Associate Choral Director at Westchester, to come be the guest conductor, should this all come to fruition. And he has graciously accepted, so we're really excited about that. PMEA District Choir, just a little history. It's been around since 1936, and we have 12 regions or districts. We have 12 different districts, so there's 12 of these throughout the state. And then students who, they re-audition and they can make it to region choir. So if you were here last year, I had one of our students went to regions and we had 4 go to districts. So it's a really big deal. And then from regions, then students can go on to state choir, and then they have like Northeastern choir, and it gets crazy. So anywho, I myself was part of district, region, and state choir when I was growing up. And to be honest, when I think back of my high school career, it was probably the best experience that I still think about. I tell my kids all the time, you have to try. It's like the absolute best experience, meeting all these other kids who love what you love from all over the area. What else? And the learning experience, like getting to like learn under a different conductor who's not your normal conductor or choir director, is like really cool. So I'm really excited to be given the opportunity on the other side now to kind of host it and to kind of facilitate it to happen to these kids that are now in the shoes that I wore. We're fortunate to be invited to this, and we're also, we're not a stranger to hosting festivals. We have hosted district band in the past, as well as district orchestra, inter-county band, Montgomery Honors County Orchestra, Band Fest, and last year, String Fest was here as well. So just like those, it's a great opportunity to show off our district's commitment to the performing arts. And so just to finish up, on behalf of the music department, I would like to thank the district for their continued investment in improving our music facilities and the support of our programs. Hosting district choir is a great honor and a wonderful opportunity for community outreach and fostering a love for music for countless students across our region. And I would like to thank you for your consideration in approving our festival. That's it.
I just wanted to, I love to make the tie-in. So in the committee meeting that we had before this meeting, we were talking about the audio improvements that we're going to bring before the board in 2 weeks to keep that kind of project on pace to support and be ready for PMEA. So thank you for bringing this to us. I think it's a great showcase for us, and I'm very proud of, I get to take a bow for all the wonderful music teachers we have and student musicians, so I appreciate that as well. So thank you.
I just want to say, I thought that was such a great presentation.
Oh, thank
So
you.
Thank you for that. It
Thanks.
was really well done.
I went off speech, but you know,
No,
the
I
best
mean,
ones do.
It was great. It was
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
I might be calling you for, I have to do a presentation with work soon, so I might be
Okay.
reaching out.
Sure, I've been warned, right?
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Finity?
Just one other quick thing. Tomorrow is testing day at the high school, so we have PSATs and SAT testing. So the high school will be administering PSATs to all 10th and 11th grade students, and we'll be operating on a 3-hour delay. And that's my report.
Thanks, Dr. Finnerty. We are moving on to the approval of the minutes. Action item 7. We need a motion and a second.
I make a motion to approve the September 10th, 2024 board minutes as presented.
We have a motion and a second to approve 7.1. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 7.2, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve these September 24th, 2024 board minutes as presented. Oh, I meant the 10th. My apologies.
I'll do the 10th now.
Okay, cool.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 7.2. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Moving on to 8.1, receiving of the accounts for audit September 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the high school and middle school activities accounts as presented.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to approve 8.1. Any questions or comments about this one? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving to 9.1, granting of orders.
I'd like to make a motion to approve payments of invoices in the amount of $3,514,528.60.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve paying the bills for September 2024. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to actions items personnel.
I'd like to make a motion to approve action items personnel 10.1 through 10.7.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all items, action items for personnel, 10.1 through 10.7. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving to action items business, 11.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the recommended approval of a contract with Options and Perspectives Consulting LLC as submitted. Is this something we need an explanation on?
Sure. We get a second? And I'll
Second.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, so 11.1 is a contract with Options and Perspectives Consulting. So administration is recommending the approval of this contract to provide consulting support to implement PowerSchool ERP. So PowerSchool ERP is our new finance and human resources combined program. This has been a heavy lift, and we think this would be a cost-effective value add to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to improve our systems while still being able to do everything we need to do to run the district.
Okay, any questions or comments with regard to 11.1? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Moving to 11.2.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Pottsgrove Middle School as the host of the PMEA District 11 Choir Festival being held February 6th through 8th on 2025.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 11.2. Any questions or comments on this item? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to 11.3.
I'd like to make a motion for the recommendation to purchase 3 8x5 field runner flags with Market Street dollars in the amount of $1,605.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 11.3. Questions or comments?
Can I say something? We've been waiting for these flags, guys. Like, we're so excited. We've been practice running with poles on that line. So, thank you. Flags.
No pressure, everyone. No pressure. Any questions or comments about the agenda item? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. All righty, moving on to action items education.
I'd like to make a motion to approve action items education 12.1 through 12.8. Six, sorry. I should have my glasses on.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all action items education 12.1 through 12.6. Questions or comments on any of these? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's passed. Moving to 13.1, the JOC meeting update.
The Western Montgomery Career and Technology Center Joint Operating Committee met last night, Monday, October 7th at 7 o'clock. Administrative Director Dave Levengood announced that administration is considering dropping the biomed program in the future. Historically, it has been had low enrollment, and it's a declining enrollment. Currently, there are 5 seniors enrolled, and that's the total enrollment for the class. Proposal will be voted on at a future meeting. This is a first step in a plan that hopefully will come together to look at ways of adding more students to the Western Center. This is a 1-year program, and with the dropping of that program, there are other programs that may move from 3 to 4 years, which would allow greater seats in those programs. much greater than what's currently in the biomed program. Second, Dave announced that the construction entrance is complete, took us down to see it, and that it's operational with the secretary sitting there, the person who lets the people in, signs them in each day. It's a two-walled entrance, so you get through two doors, which increases security. The principal, Craig Robinson, then gave a report, said that pre-NOCTI testing has been completed. NOCTI stands for National Occupational Competency Testing Institute. Principal Robinson also said that 20 students are currently enrolled in co-op assignments at the Western Center, with 41 students being nominated to attend the Skills Leadership Conference. Business manager Donna Wilson announced that the Western Center has passed its audit. The policy committee reported that we did the second reading of 3 policies that are listed there. Policy 000, which is the JOC policy, procedure, and administrative regulations. Policy 001, name and classifications. And policy 002, authority and powers, went through the second reading and were approved at the meeting last night. There are 5 policies that were put for first reading, which will be voted on at the next meeting. This is Policy 103, Discrimination Title IX, Sexual Harassment Affecting Students. Policy 103.1, Non-Discrimination for Qualified Students with Disabilities. 103.2, Non-Discrimination Based on Sex under Title IX. 104, Discrimination, Title IX, Sexual Harassment Affecting Staff. And Policy 249, Bullying and Cyberbullying. In other actions, the Joint Operating Committee, the JOC, approved a maximum of 4 staff members and an administrator to attend Integrated Learning Conference in State College from November 6 to 8, and also approved the installation of a new air compressor, which cost $22,815. The air compressor works with the HVAC system, and the current one is not operating correctly and needed to be replaced. Next meeting is on Monday, November 4, 2024 at 7 o'clock. Chuck, any additions?
Just a minor one. The JOC has a policy of re-examining any program which has less than, I think, 15 students in it, and the program in question is well below that. The impression I got is that what is going to happen is the biomed program will be phased out and replaced with another program which will have a larger potential enrollment. We are involved because Pottsgrove is one of the major contributors of students in this program. However, I believe believe from what was explained last night, the replacement program will enhance the overall effectiveness of their Western's overall program.
Thanks, Chuck. Patty also sits on the JOC, couldn't be here tonight, although she reviewed these minutes earlier today. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Moving on to our committee items. 14.1, Operations Finance Committee meeting minutes, September 10.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Operations Finance Committee meeting minutes for September 10th, 2024 as submitted.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving to 14.2, Athletics Co-Curricular Community Relations Committee meeting minutes, September 17.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Athletics Co-Curricular Community Relations Committee meeting minutes from September 17th, 2024 as presented.
Okay, we have a motion and second to approve 14.2. Questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. 14.3, the CIT Committee meeting minutes from September 17.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Curriculum, Instruction, and Technology Committee meeting minutes for September 17th, 2024 as submitted.
Okay, motion and second to approve 14.3. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. 14-4, the Policy Committee meeting report from September 24.
Okay, good evening. So we had a policy committee meeting, and we reviewed with old business. We plan to bring next month, or this month actually, many policies on Title IX. So that is coming in this coming month. We have quite a few to look at, given some updates to the law that came through this past summer. But for the policy committee teaming, we had about, 5 different policies we looked at. School calendar, policy 803 was approved. Open records, policy 801. District social media, policy 816.2. And then health exams and screenings, policy 209, were all approved and moved to review by the community. Policy 246, our wellness policy, is currently under review by the Wellness Committee. So there were no changes made to it, but as the committee is working through assessments of our current wellness procedures and policies, they may bring some changes to that policy, so it's kind of tabled for right now. And we will be meeting very soon on those Title IX ones, and that was our agenda. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lucas, and thanks for all the effort you have put forth on these policies, especially in light of them changing so abruptly. We greatly thank you for that. Okay, we're already at new business. Dr. Finnerty?
Yes, just one thing that I wanted to acknowledge. The students, you heard the students acknowledge Mr. Anspach, his work in arranging or facilitating the students' work in arranging the pep rally, so I want to thank him for that. We also have a new event that's been 3 years in the making. So Powder Puff is coming back to Pottsgrove High School. So I want to thank Dr. Smith, Mr. Stein, and I also want to thank our 3 outstanding health and PE teachers, Mr. Engstrom, Mr. Rambo, and Ms. Bedard, for agreeing to kind of put this all together. I'm excited about it. Girls have been kind of stopping me in the hall, asking about it for 3 years. So, okay, you going to play? Okay. All right. That's all I have.
Thank you. Jay?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Okay. Anik? Do you want to share anything about your conference? Can I put you on the spot?
Well, I got back from it earlier today, so my mind's still racing because there were so many great presentations, a lot of great information that I'm super excited to share with everyone. And in the closing ceremony, there was a speaker, I guess. I can't think of his name. The gentleman who's in the East Street Band with Bruce Springsteen.
Steve Van Zandt.
Yes,
Miami Steve Van Zandt. Little Steve.
Little
Yeah.
Steve Van Zandt. So that was very interesting to see. So it was great. I was very excited to be able to participate in that.
I would love to hear a presentation. Like whenever
Absolutely.
you have a chance to kind of put it all down, that would
Definitely.
be really neat to
Yes.
hear. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for not minding me putting you on the spot.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Tanya, anything? Dr. Nippert? Nothing. Okay. Jim? Bill?
Yes. I wanted to thank the board and the faculty and administration. The German students had a wonderful time here. Unfortunately, they leave tomorrow morning, but the program went very, very well.
That's awesome. Thank you. Ashley?
I can read now. I can see that. Okay. So, PSBA leadership positions, a couple of them are up for election. And to be honest, it's very confusing. I read through this multiple times. I still don't quite understand how we're supposed to vote. They said I should have received an email from simplyvoting.com, which I don't have, so I'm going to call them. But every year that this comes up, we usually abstain because we don't know these people. Like, there's one from Sharon City School District. I don't even know where that is. Franklin City, the only name on here that I know, a couple of you guys might know, is Mary Doherty. She's with the MCIU. She is Dr. Speaker's administrative assistant. So, thing is, so she's running for the school board secretary's steering committee. Yeah. And she's one of two, and it says here that only school board secretaries can vote for them. So that's the only name that I recognize. There's also positions here for trustees. To be honest, I don't even know what they are. But if you guys are interested, you can go to the PSBA site. I tried to share this with Chrissy so that she could put it in, and I couldn't share it, and she was unable to get in because she doesn't have a PSBA account. So if you guys want to go, if you have any interest in finding out who these people are, their bios are there, where they're from, what they're running for. It's literally one person running for each position. In the past, we have abstained because we don't know them. We don't know what they stand for. I will try to get a vote in for Mary Doherty. Again, it's two people running for two positions. I think she's going to win. But if you're interested, you can do that. We can talk more about it at the next meeting. Votes are due in by October 25th. So we'll have them in by the next meeting if I can figure out how to submit them. But I can call them. The PSBA is always very helpful anytime I've needed anything from them, which hasn't been often, but they're pretty good about getting back to me. So if any of you guys do have any interest in voting for someone, if you happen to know one of the names on there and you would like us to submit a vote, we can talk about it at that next meeting.
Okay, thank you. And then for new business, and Adam, welcome for the first in-person meeting that I'm here with you. I was also out the night that you were reporting out from Ireland. I was not in Ireland that night, unfortunately, but I like to really just dedicate this time to you all and ask you how school's going, because I'm old and my kids are old and I don't get to ask that question any longer. So now is my opportunity, and I talk all night anyway, so I'd like to just hear from the both of you. It sounds like it was an exciting week with homecoming, so it sounds really neat, and I'm excited to hear from you.
School's good. Homecoming week kind of gave me like a break from the stress of, the college stuff. Homecoming was really fun. I didn't get to go last year because I had dinner planned. Like, I don't know how that happened. But I had dinner planned during homecoming of last year, so I finally got to go this year. And honestly, with it being in the cafeteria, I really didn't mind. The atmosphere was still very dancey. It was still like the lights and everything. So it wasn't very like bright light, like you're eating lunch in the cafeteria vibe. I still had fun, and like we could go outside, like in the little like foyer out there with like the benches are. We were allowed to go out there and like take pictures and stuff, so we weren't like crammed in one room, which was nice. We also had like stuff lined out here, so you could like sit out here if you wanted a break from the lights and stuff. So I don't know. I was really well ran, and it's good. Honestly, I don't really have an update yet.
Okay. I've been doing pretty good. I agree with what she just said about homecoming. It was bright. It was fun. It was, just repeating basically. But I would want to point out, I just recently learned about the internship program that we have at Pottsgrove, and I think that could be advertised a lot more, because I think a lot of students would be able to take advantage of it. Oh, yeah. And I just recently found out about it. I'm trying to get my own application sent in to Ms. Childs. And from what Mr. Mazurku has said, there's not a lot of people in the class or registered in the program, and I think that's something that they should be able to do, and they should know about, because I didn't know about that till this year, you know what I mean? So I think that would be a good touch to add. But otherwise, it's been good. I'm learning a lot of new stuff. Easing into this year.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that program is very near and dear to Dr. Finnerty's heart. Yeah. So thank you both for sharing. And yeah, I joke that that's why I come here, but it's really not a joke. I come here because I want to hear from the students. It's all about you. It really is. So thank you for sharing. All right, we are at public comment, the second public comment. Is there anyone in the room that wishes to make public comment? Anyone online? Okay, we're moving to adjournment. Motion to adjourn? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you.
Short executive.